Hello, beautiful English learners. Welcome to the English Confidence Podcast. I'm Maria.
And I'm Tom. We're absolutely thrilled you've chosen to spend your time with us today.
You know what? Wherever you are right now, on a bus, doing dishes, pretending to work, we're just happy you're here, improving your English.
Yeah, multitasking at its finest. And today, we're diving into something that almost every English learner struggles with.
That painful gap between knowing English and actually speaking it. You know the words, you understand everything, but when it's your turn to talk...
Silence. Complete freeze, like your brain just logged out.
Exactly. So today's episode is called From Silent to Speaking, Breaking Free from the Fear Trap.
Before we jump in, quick housekeeping. This is a B1 to B2 level episode, so it's perfect if you're intermediate or upper intermediate.
But honestly, if you're advanced beginner, stay with us. You'll learn tons. And if you're advanced, you might discover why you still hesitate sometimes.
Now, if you find this episode valuable, we'd absolutely love it if you could hit that subscribe button and drop us a comment.
Yeah, tell us, I'm your name from your country, and the hardest part about speaking English for me is just complete that sentence.
We read every single comment. Your stories help us create better content for you.
All right, Tom, let's get personal. Tell me about a time you completely froze when trying to speak another language.
Oh man, I have the perfect story. So, I was in Tokyo, right? I'd been studying Japanese for 6 months. I could read menus. I knew basic phrases.
You were prepared.
I thought I was. So I walk into this small restaurant, and I'd practiced my order probably 20 times that morning. Ramen wo kudasai. Just ramen, please.
Simple enough?
Should be, but the moment the chef looked at me, my mind went completely blank. Not just forgot the words, I forgot what language I was supposed to speak.
Oh no!
I stood there pointing at a picture like a confused tourist making hand gestures. The chef was so patient, but I walked out feeling like a total failure.
But here's the thing, you still got your ramen, right?
Yeah, I did, and it was delicious. But I spent the whole meal thinking, why couldn't I say one simple sentence?
That feeling is so universal. I had a similar moment during a work presentation in English. I'm bilingual. I use English every day, but when I had to present in front of 30 people...
The pressure hit different.
Completely different. I'd prepared this whole speech. I knew exactly what I wanted to say. But when I started, I could hear my accent getting stronger. I started mixing up words.
What did you do?
I actually stopped mid-sentence and said, "Sorry, let me start again." And you know what? Everyone was totally fine with it. Nobody judged me.
That's the thing our listeners need to hear. Most of the judgment happens inside our own heads.
Absolutely. So let's break down what's actually happening when we freeze. There are usually 3 main blockers.
Blocker number 1, the fear of judgment. This is the big one.
Fear of judgment means you're worried about what other people will think if you make a mistake. You imagine them thinking, wow, their English is terrible.
Even when nobody's actually thinking that. I'll give you an example. When I hear someone speaking English as a second language, do I think, they made a grammar mistake?
No, you think, wow, they're speaking my language. That's impressive.
Exactly. But when I'm the one speaking another language, suddenly I think everyone's a critic.
It's because we have these old memories. Maybe a teacher corrected you harshly once. Maybe classmates laughed.
Those moments stick with us. Your brain creates a protection system. Don't speak. Stay safe.
Blocker number 2, perfectionism paralysis.
Ooh, I love that phrase. Perfectionism paralysis, when your need for perfection actually stops you from moving.
Right. You want the perfect sentence, perfect grammar, perfect pronunciation, so you keep editing in your head.
Should I say, I am going, or I will go? Wait, maybe I'm planning to go. Actually, I intend to go sounds more professional.
And meanwhile, the conversation has moved on completely.
5 minutes later, you're still mentally editing while everyone's talking about something totally different.
Here's a truth bomb. Native speakers make mistakes all the time.
All the time. I mix up words, I start sentences and don't finish them, I say and constantly.
Communication isn't about perfection, it's about connection.
That should be on a t-shirt. Communication is connection, not perfection.
I'd wear it. Okay, blocker number 3, overthinking the process.
This is when you're thinking about speaking instead of just speaking.
That sounds confusing, but it's so true. You're monitoring yourself. Is my grammar correct? Does my accent sound weird? Am I using the right word?
You're like a TV director, a camera operator, and an actor, all at once. Too many jobs.
And the worst part? All this happens in seconds. That's why it feels overwhelming.
So, how do we break free from these blockers? Let's get into practical strategies.
Strategy number 1, the 3-second rule.
I love this one. Here's how it works. When you think of something to say, count to 3 and then say it, no matter what.
1, 2, 3, speak. No editing, no perfecting.
The goal isn't to say something brilliant. The goal is to say something real.
Try it in low-stakes situations first. When someone asks, "How are you?" instead of just, "Fine," try adding one more sentence.
I'm good, thanks. I'm actually learning English through podcasts right now.
See? Not complicated, but it's real conversation.
Strategy number 2, create your confidence phrases.
These are sentences you prepare in advance for common situations where you might freeze.
Think of them as your safety net. When your brain freezes, you have something ready to catch you.
For example, if you don't understand something, "Sorry, could you explain that in a different way?"
If you need time to think, that's an interesting question. Let me think for a moment.
If you make a mistake, "Oops, let me rephrase that."
These phrases do 2 things. First, they keep the conversation going. Second, they buy you time to gather your thoughts.
And here's the secret. Native speakers use these all the time.
Absolutely. We're always buying time, asking for clarification, rephrasing.
Strategy number 3, self-compassion.
Self-compassion means being kind to yourself, treating yourself like you'd treat a good friend.
When you make a mistake, what do you say to yourself? Many learners say things like, "I'm so stupid. My English is horrible."
But imagine if your friend made a small mistake and you said, "You're so stupid." You'd never do that.
Never. You'd say, "Hey, don't worry. Everyone makes mistakes. You're doing great."
So why not talk to yourself that way?
Instead of, "My English is terrible," try, "I'm still learning and I'm making progress."
Instead of, "I can't speak English," try, "I'm building my speaking confidence step by step."
Language matters. The way you talk to yourself changes how you feel.
Now, let's talk about safe spaces to practice. You don't have to jump into a huge presentation on day 1.
Exactly. Start small. Strategy number 4, solo speaking practice.
This might sound weird, but talking to yourself is incredibly powerful.
Not weird at all. Athletes visualize before competitions. Musicians practice alone before concerts.
So why not practice speaking alone before real conversations?
Here's how. Pick a simple topic. Maybe my morning routine.
Set a timer for just 2 minutes.
And talk out loud about that topic. Don't write it first, just speak.
I wake up at 7. Then I make coffee. I like my coffee with milk. After coffee, I check my phone.
It doesn't have to be interesting. You're training your mouth to move, your brain to think in English.
You can do this while cooking, walking, even in the shower.
Strategy number 5, voice message practice.
This is for people who get nervous about live conversation. Voice messages are perfect because you can pause, breathe, and continue.
Find a language exchange partner or a supportive friend. Tell them, "Hey, I'm practicing my English speaking. Can we send voice messages?"
Start with 30 seconds. Just talk about your day.
"Hi, today I went to the supermarket. I bought vegetables. Tomorrow I have work."
Simple, but you're speaking. Your voice is active.
And here's a pro tip. Don't listen back and judge yourself harshly.
Yeah, many learners record themselves, then listen back and think, oh, I sound terrible.
Stop doing that, at least not in the beginning. Just send it. Focus on the action, not perfection.
All right, let's talk about real-life situations. Strategy number 6, the question technique.
When you're in a conversation and you're nervous, ask questions.
Questions take the pressure off you and show you're engaged.
That's interesting. How did you get into that?
What do you think about?
Can you tell me more?
You're practicing speaking, but in a lower pressure way. Plus, people love talking about themselves.
True. And while they're talking, you get a little break to think about what to say next.
Strategy number 7, embrace strategic mistakes.
Wait, embrace mistakes? On purpose?
Not quite, but here's the mindset shift. Mistakes are data, not disasters.
Ooh, I like that. Mistakes are data, not disasters.
Every time you make a mistake and someone understands you anyway, that's data. That tells you communication happened.
And every time someone corrects you kindly, that's free learning.
I'll give you an example. Last year I said, I'm boring, when I meant I'm bored.
Classic mistake.
My friend said, oh, you mean you're bored? And I laughed and said, yes, I'm bored, not boring.
And now you'll never make that mistake again.
Exactly. That moment taught me more than any textbook.
So don't fear mistakes, see them as stepping stones.
Now, let's address something important, accent anxiety.
Ah, yes. Many learners say, I don't want to speak because my accent is strong.
Here's the truth. Accents are beautiful. They show your journey, your background.
Think about it. If you meet someone speaking your language with an accent, do you think they're bad at the language?
No, you think, wow, they learned my language. That's amazing.
Same goes for English. Your accent doesn't make you less credible or less intelligent.
What matters is clarity, not sounding British or American.
Can people understand you? That's the only question that matters.
And honestly, the global English-speaking world is full of accents. Indian English, Nigerian English, Singapore English.
There's no one correct English accent.
So release that pressure. Speak with your voice.
All right, let's do a mini vocabulary lesson. We're going to highlight some key words from today's conversation.
First word, freeze. When we say your brain freezes, we mean it stops working suddenly, like when water turns to ice.
I wanted to answer the question, but my brain froze and I couldn't speak.
Next, blocker. A blocker is something that stops you or gets in your way.
Fear is a big blocker for many English learners.
Paralysis. This usually means you can't move your body, but we use it metaphorically here. Paralysis means you're stuck, unable to act.
Perfectionism caused paralysis, so I never sent the email.
Overthinking. Thinking too much about something in a way that's not helpful.
I was overthinking my answer, and by the time I was ready, the conversation had moved on.
Self-compassion. Being kind and understanding toward yourself.
Practice self-compassion when you make mistakes in English.
Rephrase. To say something again using different words.
Let me rephrase that. I meant to say I enjoy reading, not writing.
Confidence phrase. A prepared sentence you can use when you're nervous or unsure.
My confidence phrases help me keep conversations going even when I'm anxious.
Low stakes. A situation where there's not much risk or pressure.
Ordering coffee is a low-stakes way to practice speaking English.
Stepping stone. A stone you step on to cross water, but metaphorically it means something that helps you progress toward a goal.
Each conversation is a stepping stone toward fluency.
Accent anxiety. Worry or fear about how your accent sounds when speaking.
Many learners suffer from accent anxiety, but accents are actually beautiful.
Beautiful vocabulary roundup, Maria.
Thanks, Tom. Now, before we wrap up, let's give our listeners a challenge.
A practical, doable challenge.
This week, we challenge you to speak English out loud for 2 minutes every day.
Just 2 minutes. You can talk to yourself, record a voice message, or even narrate what you're doing.
I'm making tea. The water is boiling. Now I'm adding the tea bag.
It sounds simple, but consistency is more powerful than intensity.
2 minutes a day for 7 days is better than 1 hour once.
And if you're feeling brave, share your progress in the comments. Tell us how it went.
Remember, you're not alone in this journey. Millions of people are learning English right now, facing the same fears.
The difference between people who become fluent and people who stay stuck isn't talent, it's action.
Small, imperfect action beats perfect planning every time.
So go out there and speak, even if your voice shakes.
Even if you make mistakes.
Even if it's just one sentence today.
Because that one sentence is progress.
And progress compounds. Today's awkward sentence becomes next month's confident conversation.
We believe in you. Seriously.
If you enjoyed this episode, please share it with a friend who's also on this English learning journey.
And don't forget to subscribe so you never miss an episode.
This has been the English Confidence Podcast. I'm Tom.
And I'm Maria. Now go speak some English.
See you next time.